8-Bit Dylan. Time for the intro to my videos. Just make weird noises with your mouth. Hey guys, 8-Bit Dylan here to give you as quick as I can rundown and guide on how to run your very own Big Brother or Survivor or basically any kind of reality show that you want to run in The Sims 4 successfully. In this video, I'm going to be running down on the mods that you're going to be needing, the certain things inside of The Sims 4 you'll want to do and also avoid, and how to get that perfect balance of gameplay and backstabbing that you'll need to make an exciting season of whatever show that you want to create. So sit back, take some notes if you want, make sure to check the description for any kind of links that I might mention throughout this video, and let me get into the guide on how to create your very own reality show in The Sims 4. So guys, in order to successfully run your very own reality show in The Sims 4, the first thing that you're gonna need is a mod to increase the household size of a lot. Now there are, I think, 2 different mods that are out there that allow this, but I use the Full House mod because it's very simplified, and I know that the other mod that's out there also has like a whole ton of other stuff in it, and it just kind of is overcomplicated. This one simplifies how to increase your household size. I will warn you though, using this mod will cause probably a ton of glitches and a ton of bugs to happen throughout your game. Because it's just gonna happen, because the game is not made to have a ton of people inside of a household. Also, do not use this mod unless you have a computer that is capable of basically handling the CPU usage that you're gonna need to hold all of those different Sims in a household. So make sure you have a nice computer in order to, increase your household size. But I have the link to this down below. You just gotta download this, follow the instructions as they're listed, and increase your household size to whatever you need. You need at least 10 plus Sims to run a successful reality show. Now, if none of you guys are aware, I have ran several reality shows in The Sims 4 pretty successfully, if I do say so myself. So, oh my God, please don't start yourself on fire. So, one thing that you need to note with making any of your reality shows possible is you need to make sure that there is an enclosed lot, that they cannot leave the lot. If they leave the lot, it'll mess with their relationships, because in my versions of these reality shows, relationships are what dictate how they'll vote. Now, when you run a Sims 4 reality show series, their relationships might be a hot mess. There's gonna be some Sims in here that might not even be a part of your series. Some Sims may even be duplicated. So you have to make sure that you are following the correct meter bars for what the relationships are. Now, I don't usually show any of this, so you're getting like a behind the scenes look of how these reality shows come to be. So here's some key things that you'll need to know for filming in The Sims 4. First off, if you go to your menu, go to game options, go to gameplay, you can set their autonomy. Whenever you're trying to get the Sims to do exactly what you need them to do, say to participate in a challenge, you need to make sure that you turn off autonomy and make sure to disable autonomy for the selected Sim. You're gonna do this whenever you're filming. Another thing that's gonna be needed is you can pause the game, do Control-Shift-C, type into the top window, testing cheats on. This will enable cheats in your game. You're gonna go over to the mailbox, hold down Shift, click the mailbox, go to Alter Needs, and disable Household Needs Decay. This will make it so that way your Sims, even though you are controlling them, you are making sure that they don't have to go use the restroom, that they don't get hungry, that they don't get tired, because that can really influence the results of a challenge, and you want to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. So also, when you're doing any sort of reality show, whether it's Survivor or Big Brother, you need to make sure not to alter what the Sims are doing. Let the Sims do whatever it is that they want to do. This also comes with some backlash, because the Sims can be really stupid sometimes. Sims will not automatically do any kind of woohoo actions. The chances of a Sim doing this on their own is so rare. You have to have both Sims have a really high friendship. They have to be flirty at the same exact time for them to be able to do actually any kind of romantic action with one another. So that's why in most of my reality show series, you never saw any kind of romantic action between 2 Sims, because the rarity of it is so high. And the reason you don't want to tell the Sims what to do is because you want them to be able to naturally make relationships without any of your own guidance in the game. Because if you start messing with their own actions, you are in a way altering how the game is going to end up. So say I took, Lauren Z's side here and I told her to stop talking with Jacksepticeye, that is going to affect her relationship with Jacksepticeye little by little. And one final essential thing that you're gonna need to run any kind of reality show in The Sims 4 is you need to make sure not to kill off any Sims, unless your reality show calls for it. The reason being for this is because Sims get super depressed when you kill another Sim on the lot and they, are able to take part in the funeral. If you are gonna kill them off, or if, say, a mod messes up and you need to kill off a Sim, like I did in my last season of YouTuber Survivor All-Stars, make sure you do so in an enclosed area away from the rest of the Sims. Because if you do it, say, on this island here, everyone's gonna start getting depressed and sad because they're gonna go and try to mourn the loss of that Sim. So try to do it in an enclosed area where they won't ever be able to participate in the actual funeral stuff. Now, the final essential thing that you're gonna need for The Sims 4, and this is a question I get all the time, is we have to actually leave the slot in order to show you it. So a lot of people ask me how I create my intros for my Sims 4 series, and how I get the Sims to do what I need them to do, and how there's, these cool backgrounds and stuff like that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna download a specific mod, and that is the green screen mod. So notice how there is a green screen behind here. So this is where you get the Sims to do what you need them to do. And how you make them do certain animations is, so you set their aspiration, doesn't matter what it is, but it's the traits. So if I click a specific trait, such as romantic, I record the game of them doing that action. And so one thing to note is, fun fact, romance actually has 2 different animations in it, unlike some of the other traits. And you get them to do different things. You record this, you green screen out the background, and then you add whatever you need to add and make them do whatever you need them to do. The cool part about this is if you're really getting into modding, you can actually mod these traits to do different animations than what they're supposed to do. So if you really need a Sim to be, super evil, you can go online, see if there's any pose packs is what they're called, online for different poses and animations that they can do, and then they might just do it. Now that you guys know kind of the essential mods and things that you're gonna need in order to successfully run your own reality show, I'm gonna go over the typical gameplay that goes into one episode of a reality show. So next up is the gameplay that happens actually inside of one episode of a reality show series in The Sims 4. So the main things that you need to look at are the voting that's gonna be happening most likely at the end of one of those reality shows, and the challenges that might be happening within that episode as well. When it comes to challenges inside The Sims 4, what you're gonna need to do is make sure that it's fair for everyone and all the contestants involved have a fair chance at winning, and you need to make it fun to watch. Here on screen is just a wide variety of a ton of different challenges that I've done throughout all of my different series. If you want some good ideas for some challenges, just go back through some of my episodes. I've got like 4 seasons of reality shows with a wide variety of different types of challenges that you can easily do yourself in your own different series. Just make sure to list where you got them from, because I would like some credit for some of these challenges because they were pretty difficult to come up with. Make sure to have a diverse palette of challenges throughout your reality show. You don't want too many physical challenges or too many that revolve around doing like small intricate actions, and you also don't want too many that involve luck. Now, as for how the voting goes, now you need to let the Sims make their own types of relationships, because that is how they're going to vote. You basically are gonna look if you're doing like Survivor or Big Brother or whatever. So in this example, we'll do Big Brother. So in this example, I'm gonna be using Markiplier. So Markiplier is, say, HOH, and he needs to nominate 2 people for eviction. So say we're looking at his relationship bar, and I know that they're all the same because I just added them into the slot, but say iHasCupquake and Parker have the lowest relationships with him. So when it comes to nomination time, he is going to nominate Parker and iHasCupquake. Then say veto happens and no one gets saved from the nomination block, so then everyone gets to vote. So first up, we're gonna look at Deligracy. So Deligracy's relationships, say iHasCupquake has a higher relationship than Parker does. So when it comes to voting for eviction, Deligracy will vote to evict Parker over iHasCupquake, because in this example, she would have a less of a relationship with Parker. Now, the way that I break ties, so say in this same example, the Deligracy's relationship with Tiffany and Parker are the exact same. What I typically do is I go through all of the votes, see how the votes have been cast, then I think what would be the smartest move for Deligracy to make because there's a tie. If it's smarter for her to vote out Parker over iHas Cupquake, then she should probably vote for Parker. That's just to give it a much more realistic feel to how Big Brother actually works, because most of the time you don't have a rogue vote just being randomly thrown on someone. Now, because The Sims 4 can be so strange and so weird, I have detailed a few things that you want to avoid in your reality show because it will mess up how it actually works. The first thing you want to avoid are speakers. You do not want any type of music inside of your reality show, and let me explain why. So you are basically judging how they're gonna vote based off of their relationships. One thing about music though is if people start dancing or talking while listening to music, it actually incredibly boosts their relationships with that person. We actually had an issue with this in my first season of YouTuber Big Brother because we did a dance challenge using music and it actually really screwed up a ton of the relationships in the game. So I do not recommend having any kind of music or ways to listen to music inside your lot. The second thing that you'll want to do is do not leave your player lot. Always make your reality shows in separate saved games. If you don't know how that works, let me go to the main menu and let me show you exactly what I mean. So we're back here at the main screen. When you go to new game, that makes a completely separate save file from the ones previously used. You'll want to do this because if you have several active households in a reality show, it lets those Sims that are, say, trapped inside of a Big Brother house leave the Big Brother house and make relationships outside of the cast. This can mess with relationship levels that Sims make with other Sims, as well as Sims make with the Sims that are actually in the game. And at the end of the day, just make sure to have a lot of fun making your Sims 4 reality shows. If you thought that this guide was helpful at all, make sure to leave a like down below, and if you have any questions, I'll answer them down in the comments down below. You can find links in the description down below to all of the mods that I mentioned, and make sure to download mods responsibly. My name's 8-Bit Dylan. Make sure to go check out some of my reality shows if you haven't done so already, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the future with another video, and until then, stay awesome, stay beautiful, you lovely people. Bye-bye.